South Carolina head coach Chad Holbrook joins us. The Gamecocks improved to 3-0 on the season with today's 8-1 victory over Albany. And Coach, if you'll make an opening statement, and we'll open it up for questions.
Well, it was a really good weekend for us. I thought our kids, for the most part, played clean baseball. Other than that, what we did in the first inning, that's not typical of us. We pride ourselves on playing conservative defense, and we got a little out of character there. But we rebounded well, made some really nice plays over the course of the weekend defensively. Thought our pitchers were outstanding all weekend long. It was really neat to see Taylor Widener throw the ball the way that he did today in his first start of the year. He had command of the strike zone. He used all his pitches very well. He's got a power arm, and he can certainly help us. And Tyler Johnson continues to be impressive in his second appearance. And this all in all was a good weekend for us. We battled and competed at the plate. I thought, we were behind 1-0 in the first 4 innings. I thought we had some darn good at bats, and we hit some balls on the nose. That's baseball. Sometimes you just don't. Sometimes it's just hard to score when you're hitting balls right at people. But all in all, I couldn't be more pleased with my team and how they played and put in a number of different guys. I think you can kind of see we got a team with some depth. And some guys I can call on a different pitcher from time to time, as well as a lot of role players, or not. I shouldn't say role players. They were reserved. Those that weren't in the starting lineup, I think, are very, very talented. And I put those guys in. And it was good to see Ross get a hit, and some other guys as well. So I think this weekend every one of our position players played except Caleb Whittington, and I think that I may redshirt Caleb, so. I certainly don't want to burn a year of eligibility because he's got some promise and he could do some things for us. So that being said, great weekend, great start to the season, and we look forward to cranking it up again on Tuesday.
With that being said, is it the pitching or the fielding or your hitting, or what stuck out you to the most when you look back on this weekend? Was it hitting, or was there one area that you kind of thought that was really great? Was it just a great performance?
I told my team after the game, as pleased as I am with the way they played, I think we can play a lot better, and that being said, I'm not nitpicking. I just think when Dom and Destino get going, and we can keep Jones swinging the bat like he's swinging the bat, we can be tough to handle. And but DC made some great plays. Mooney made some great plays. Jonah made some great plays. I think we played all three phases of the game pretty well all weekend long. I think we battled at the plate. We had some really good at bats. We made some great defensive plays. Our pitchers threw strikes for the most part, and had some power arms and some power stuff out there. And that was good to see. We weren't trying to trick people. We were going after them. Hit this fastball, and it's been a while since I felt like we've done that.
After struggling a little bit Friday, was it good to see LT get back in the lineup and get a few hits today?
Yeah, he was a little bit uptight Friday, probably as most freshmen would be in that situation. And LT's a good baseball player. He does a lot of things well, and it's not just his getting 3 hits today that I'm kind of pleased with. He also ran on a dirt ball. He's very instinctive. He knows how to run the bases. He knows where to be on cutoffs and relays. He's a savvy baseball player that's well advanced. Considering he's a freshman, he's gonna be a big time player here, and I think he already is pretty good. And I started him open day as a freshman, and had 3 knocks today, and made a nice play there at the end of the game. He's lucky he's on our team. I think he's got a bright future here.
9 RBIs for the weekend for Jones. How nice was him to see? You knew you had some good catchers coming the weekend, but how nice was him to step out of the box like that?
Well, Jones was good, and he swung the bat. He's a threat in the middle of the lineup. Obviously, you can't match him up because he's a switch hitter, and he feels equally confident from both sides. Strong kid, and did a nice job catching on Friday. I think you can see why I'm so high on Cullen with the way that he catches and receives, and did some nice things today, yesterday and today. Had another hit today, and I know he did very well yesterday. Braden Webb's not easy to catch. Cullen made it look easy. And some of the other guys got some power stuff. Ball runs all over the place. So, we got to. I thought that our catching situation could be one of the strengths of our team. and it's good to be good back there. It's awfully comforting when you're a coach of a baseball team to be strong behind the plate, and I feel that we are very strong back there.
I know Alex was 0 for 5 today, but he hit some balls hard. You feel like it's just a matter of time until some of those start dropping?
He'll go 8 for 9 or 9 for 11 real soon. I'm not worried about him. He's one of the best hitters on our team, if not the best. And he hit some balls on the nose. He's pressing a little bit because he wants to get off to a good start, but sometimes baseball can be cruel to you when you press. And I'm not taking him out of the lineup. He's got no need to worry about that. And he'll put up some numbers for us. And, he's just one good weekend from getting out of it or one good game. He'll be fine.
Coach Taylor's first start since his injury. What did you see out of him today that impressed you?
Yeah, I was very impressed. When he threw strikes, he had good zip on his fastball. I think he was in the low 90s pretty much all the game long. And coming off of a little procedure on your elbow, you wonder how the velocity will hold over the course of time, over the course of the game. And I think he had great stamina, for his first start of the year. I thought he threw some great breaking balls in there. He threw a curveball and a slider and a change. And those were pitches that you didn't see when he was closing games last year because it was mainly fastball slider. So now he's using all his repertoire of pitches. And I think you're seeing, why he's probably more suited in that starting role. And I thought that when they got that runner on third and one out, we were down 1-0 there. I don't remember if it was the 5th inning or so. I think it was the 5th or 4th. But they let off the inning with a double, and they got the third one out. He really amped it up. And it's fun to see him bow his neck in that situation, too.
Any other questions for John?
I was going to say, do you know who will pitch Tuesday?
I would think it would be Adam Hill. And Adams was a candidate to pitch this weekend and feel great about the way he's throwing. So, I'm anxious to give him the ball, and I'm sure he's anxious to get out there. He's worked hard and thrown the ball extremely well. So, I'm almost 100% positive that it'll be Adam Hill.
Are you going to try some other lineup combinations, you think, on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Well, I'll see the matchup and see who, what the pitching situation is of our opponent, and if they're throwing a left or right. But I do have some flexibility there from a matchup standpoint, and it'll be core guys will be in there for sure, but all our guys that got in there and weren't in the starting lineup did something well. I mean, Danny beat that ball out and was a great at bat, and Clark came in off the bench and got a hit. TJ had a little bit of a tough day today with 2 strikeouts, but he did some really good things yesterday and Friday, and helped us win 2 games. And so I feel good about all our players, but it's very difficult for me to pick, to be honest with you, because I told y'all, before, I said they're bunched up, they're so evenly matched, and I got great options there. I just can't play them all, but that's just part of it. But I'll put a good team out on the field on Tuesday. It'll be very similar to what you've seen this weekend.
Touched on it a little bit already, but you said last Saturday actually, that none of the outfielders have really separated themselves. Did one guy step up this weekend and do that, or is it still kind of a 6-man race?
Well, yeah, outside of Dom's going to be in there. He's just a presence, and he's got maturity and got great plate approach, and the other 2 spots there's hardly any separation, to be honest with you, and they're all good athletes and they're all good baseball players. And at some point in time, I'm going to have to stick with, 4 guys and say, all right, here we go. And I can't keep rotating them much longer. I just want to see them play in some competition, and I'm getting to see that now in this early stretch of the season. And I'll try to pare it down here as we get closer to conference play. But it's a good problem to have. There's no such thing as having too many good players.
For the weekend, your pitchers struck out 29 and walked 11. How do you view that for an opening weekend?
Pretty
series?
good, pretty good. And I think that Clark Schmidt has much better command than he showed. His walks were a little high for him, and as well as Braden. So I think it could have even been better. And that's why I told our team after the game, I felt great about the way we played the first 3 games. But, boy, there's a lot of growth potential there from, eliminating some free passes, to getting the core group of our middle guys all performing well at the same time. So there's things to feel very good about as we go into our fourth game and our second week of the season. Certainly is it's fun to come to the park every day and be around these guys.
What does a season opening sweep do for confidence?
Well, it's just 3 games, and we were 17-3 last year, so let's not put the cart before the horse. But I feel good about our team. There's a different vibe, and we have some maturity. We have some guys that want to win in the worst way. We have some moxie, and I'm anxious to see how that translates when the competition gets stiff. And but when we were down 1-0 today, I was thrilled with the way they were competing in the dugout and competing in the batter's box, and not feeling sorry for themselves when they hit line drive at people or line drive double play, or they just kept plugging. And I think they have the makings of being a very tough-minded, gritty group, and that bodes well for us.